So here's a bit of a hack. This is the Play Console help document, which explains how to monitor a new app's technical quality with Android Vitals. So it's constantly seeing if your app is crashing, using too much memory, and things like that. And it has a detailed list of all the things that Google monitors in your app installs. So you can take this, which is what I did, copy the URL. I went to ChatGPT and I said, based on these performance issues for Android apps, what's the best type of app to give the most optimal performance for a user? So we're sort of reverse engineering. We say we want to use design or design an app that has no problems or performs really well on all these things that it monitored. So basically, it went to this URL. That's a thoughtful question, and it analyzed it, and it basically said what type of apps are the best performing apps. Things such as, well, what did it suggest? It said basically standalone apps, things such as a calculator or a note taking app, and things of that nature. So here it is: best simple offline safe utility apps, note taking, calculator, static reference dictionary, etc. So, and it also said that feature rich, media rich, constantly syncing, background heavy apps are the most likely to have performance problems. So anyway, this type of analysis is really useful. So what I said is, I said I want to design an app that just delivers headlines with links to articles. So it's almost like just an update app for information with headlines, which you could use to target. And then I said, based on, I want to use Expo React Native. And so I gave it a basic description of the app I want to create. It's a headline app or a news app with one featured article at the top. And so, of course, it makes this beautiful prompt. I said I want a prompt, and here is the prompt. And so, actually, no, that's not the prompt. No, that is what is that? UI design, use flat list. Oh yeah, it told me technically how I should design this app. So that was the first technical analysis. But then after that, I said, okay, well, let's summarize all this. Give me a structured prompt for a builder such as Replit or rork, and then that's what it did. So basically, I took this. This is actually a pretty big prompt, but it's good. I prefer smaller prompts, but so you basically just copy this, which is what I did, and then I went to rork, and lo and behold, what did I do? I pasted it in to the front page, and then one error app. Well, okay, so I'll fix. It's already got an error, so let's fix the error. But look, it's already built. I mean, it analyzed that prompt that we generated in ChatGPT, and it built it in the background. I wanted to show you it working. Oh, 1 of 6 done. So actually, it didn't necessarily build everything. I mean, what rork and Replit and Lovable do is they do it in stages, because they're not going to sit there running for an hour building the entire app with every single feature. It's going to give you something to start that you can see and then click on, and then some features such as settings might not actually work. It's just the UI. And typically when you're developing, that is how you develop as well. You'll create the UI or the page and ask it to generate placeholder data just so you can see it, and then maybe tweak that, design that, change a button, test the navigation. That's the first stage. The second stage is actually getting it to hook up to data, to your APIs, to your database, or whatever it is, and then designing and testing, etc. So there's usually those two phases of testing. But as you can see, with this technique that I just went through, we have a functioning app. And let's just check this out. So look at that. Okay, so you click on it, and it's got a link. But that actually looks pretty good. I mean, you're not going to say this is not a good-looking app. And it's just got that one page. So we might want to say, okay, well, we have to add a settings feature. And I mean, I can put that right now. Let's just say, let's add a settings gear icon. Gear icon at top right. So I'll just put that, add a settings gear icon at top right, and then you can see it working. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say add a settings page with a few placeholder settings, so we can theme it. We can do dark mode, light mode. And I'll actually show you. Okay, let's implement dark mode, light mode in our app, and you can see how we can add features kind of on the fly pretty quickly. Hopefully it won't take too long, but there you go. Add settings icon to the bar, edited, restore, rerun. How long is it going to take? Oh no, it's there. So now we have a settings icon, but it does not work. So let's say when user clicks settings icon, take them to settings page, add some placeholder settings, add theme switcher, and then I'm going to say dark mode, light mode, and implement dark mode, light mode in styles. So that's a big one. I'm asking for a lot there, but this is kind of how I do it. So we're basically saying, well, let's add some settings here, and dark mode, light mode is an obvious one. A theme switcher. A theme switcher can also include like colored themes, so you can say, oh, give it a blue one or green or something. I don't know. But dark mode, light mode are the major ones, and it's kind of cool to have that as a feature. So as you can see, that's kind of how we like generate a prompt and go in stages. You don't want to. I mean, if you add a big product requirements document, PRD, it's not going to implement it all anyway, and actually it's a less efficient or effective way of doing it. But you have to experiment and use these and see what happens and get what you want. I mean, ultimately no program is just going to sit there and like continuously generate every single feature, every single requirement. If it takes like a whole hour or something like that, it's a higher probability that code's going to break. So it tends to just do some and then show you and then get feedback. And that's a better way to work anyway. Go from simple and then add feature by feature to your app and test it as you go along the way. That's a better way of developing. But as you can see, it is generating this. And so I asked for, a few different things, and it's going to need to go through and add the page. It's going to add some cards in the settings, and then it's going to see it created some files, context, theme context. It created a settings page.tsx, and it's giving you all the features. It edited. These are the files that it also edited, and so now you can see, okay, we have a dark mode, and then let's see what happens. So if I click light mode, it works. So that's how cool it is. Auto system. So that is, I believe, my computer. Well, anyway, that is the what you have on your settings. So notifications is another one. Get alerts for breaking news, so we can turn that on. So it's just a placeholder. It doesn't do anything. Auto refreshes headlines automatically. See, when you just put in placeholder settings, it will use its intelligence to determine, well, what settings should it have. And then, of course, the about, which is a version, and the source, newsdata.io. I use the placeholder data from an API from newsdata.io. So there you have it. We have a fully functioning app. Now, there's one more thing I want to show you. If you want to download this, what happens? I click download, save your project to GitHub. I want to, I want the repo, and then bang. What do you get? You have to pay, and there's no free option. So actually, I am on the free plan, so I do get credits every month, every day. They want to kind of keep me here and keep me using. Open in cursor, quick setup. So it's going to tell you how to get all this, but there's a way around this, and if you just simply go to where is it? I want to see the code. Where is the code? So I click on the code. Now, what do we have here in the code? Read only. That's fine. So we have the file structure, and let's look at the TypeScript config JSON. So what do we have here? We have a file structure. We have, or folders, I should say, folder structure with files. And then you can click through each folder, and then you can see all these files. Now, so what can you do? Well, what I can do is I can go to my desktop. I could say, let's create, basically I'm showing you a hack for how to get this source code without getting a paid plan, which is, if you're just testing and learning, you might not have money, and this is just a hack or a way around it. It takes time, and so we're going to call this lightweight news. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to show more options, and then we want to open with VS Code. So that's my code editor. And basically now I'm in the Lightweight News app, and so I can say, okay, let's create a folder. First folder we have to create is the app folder. And then we're going to create inside that folder a file, and we're going to call it _layout.tsx. And you can see that's the layout file. So here I'm in the layout file right here. And then basically I go Control A. No, that doesn't work. So I actually do have to select all the code so that we're there. And then we're going to copy it. And then we're going to go back to our layout file. We're going to paste it. And then we're going to click Save. Control S, save. Now, when I look into my folder here, desktop, lightweight app, where is it? Lightweight news, I now have an app folder and I have a layout file. So that's how you can go through one by one and basically get all the source code for the project. So that's kind of a good hack. Anyway, there's the demo on that. So I am going to pursue this app, and now I have a source code that I can now open in Cursor and add features and test, and etc. And I'll show you more of that in future videos. If you like this content, like, share, and subscribe, because we're going to have a lot more coming your way, and I'm going to give you updates on the apps that I have working on in the background and that I'm launching, and lots of other great content about startups and vibe coding and building your app and making money online, and building your side hustle. Okay, so like, share, and subscribe, and be sure to share the links with your friends.